Hello, welcome. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is the. Wait a minute. Did I not put it on? Oh my gosh, I didn't even put it on. It is the 145th episode of the Political Spotlight. It looks like I have lipstick on. I don't have lipstick on. It also maybe looks like I got a haircut. I didn't get a haircut. I'm just faking it till I make it. Didn't shave either. Hey, yes, welcome and hello to everyone's grandmothers out there in YouTube land. I think that my grandmother is watching. I did get the official Grandmogram. She notified me ahead of time that she is watching. Told me that she would be watching, so I think that she is watching. It's the 80s lip gloss. No, it's that lip gloss that you put on and it stings. It's like it kind of like tingles. I don't know what it is. I knew someone that had that once. Anyways, hey, welcome. Look, you look like you've. I am in the parlor. I've been involved. I've got real good color sitting in this yellow light behind these golden curtains. I look really good. It says Blistex medicated. I thought it said bisexual. I didn't know what it was. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? Welcome, everybody. We have a show. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about local politics tonight. It's not. I'm not sure when we're going to get into the rich man north of Richmond. Real soon. No. So here's the deal. Real quick, we will do a quick grandma update. She has a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. So again, just a reminder, if everyone is in a mood, if you would please offer your thoughts and prayers to her. That would be fantastic. She will be going into the doctor at about 9:45 tomorrow morning, and we should hopefully know when she'll be busting out of the rehab. So we will hopefully know on that. But they keep going back and forth. People tell her, oh, you're going to be out of here in no time. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to only take you this many weeks to recover. And then someone tells her it's going to take a lot. Listen, no matter what it is, she always recovers faster than any person I've known. She's kind of, Swamp Thing. My grandmother's kind of like Swamp Thing. I remember, the old comic book Swamp Thing would cut an arm off and would regenerate it. I'm pretty sure that if we cut my grandmother's arm off, that she would regenerate an arm. They came real close to cutting a leg off. And I think she's regenerating that leg. So we will see. But I think that she's going to get good news tomorrow. And of course, that will be good news for all of us. We will be back in the studio in no time and doing well. Although we've done very well, it only took us like 7 episodes before I realized I could bring in my tripod and make this so much easier. And it's been steady and it looks so nice and it's got me framed up here good. And I'm looking so really, really, really good. She had some freaking bad things happen. Yeah, Joey, it's kind of crazy. And this was, I mean, look, I always say, my dad used to say there are two types of things that happen in the world, and those are two types of problems, and those are big problems and small problems. And big problems are the death of you or a family member or a friend or whatnot, or the serious illness. And little problems are everything else. Well, thank God. I mean, this obviously wasn't a death, and she's doing well. I don't know that I would call this a minor issue. It's kind of like maybe a medium in honor of Sproles. So it's a little bit bigger than little, but I wouldn't call it a big problem. So I think we're gonna, and that's where she would chime in and be like, yeah, but it's not your leg. And I would say, yes, you're right. So we'll hear tomorrow. She should be doing good. We are praying that she'll be released here soon. I think that the rehab has her listed for a 24th, the 24th as a get out of jail free day. So I think that's probably when they're looking. This place could, the doctor's appointment tomorrow could say longer, could say shorter. I'm shooting for shorter, but she's got to stay there as long as she needs to, because she needs to get better. So that'll be that, and we'll get her home and everyone will get back to normal. All right. So today was President's Day. For every one of you that had a kid that was out of school, and or kids out of school, and you were cursing the school system, why can't you take them to school? I talked to several people who were like, man, I don't understand. The kids are running, acting like heathens. What are they? And I'm like, yeah, that's hilarious. I'm like, make them watch the political spotlight tonight. They'll get an education. So schools were out. It's a holiday. It was horrible. I can't tell you how many times I picked up the phone to call to the Randolph County Clerk's office, or to call to the Delaware County Clerk's office, or the Madison County Clerk's office, or to the Secretary of State's office. And I was dialing the number a couple times. Is there anywhere online that I can go to look up my voting history? And the answer to that is no. No, you cannot. I mean, obviously, you can call into the Madison County Clerk's office tomorrow, and you can pull your voting history. Here's something that a lot of people do not know. I can call to the Madison County Clerk's office and pull your voting history. A lot of people don't know that. Now, I want to be very clear. When I'm saying voting history, I don't mean I can see if you voted for Biden or you voted for Trump, or I can see if you voted for Dennis Tyler or Sharon McShirley or John Richwine, or none of that. I can see, number one, if you voted in general elections. Yes, this person's voted in general elections. And I can see if you voted in primary elections. And if you voted in the primary elections, I can see, did you pull a Republican ballot or did you pull a Democrat ballot? So you, me, and Dupree can pull anyone's voter's record that we so choose. Here's what we would need. You need the person's name, and as long as they are a voter in that county, you can get it with their name. So that's something that can help. Now, what I would tell anybody at this point trying to get records up to and including before up to the challenge period, if you're wanting to get something before that, you probably need to go in to the clerk's office rather than call. And you need to go to the office, Delaware County, Marion County, Jay County, St. Joe County, wherever you're talking, walk into that clerk's office, and you need to walk in and say, hey, I would like this. If you're looking for any records, probably from here forward, because unbeknownst to a lot of people, they are busy right now. And so they're doing a lot of crap, good, right, wrong, bad, indifferent, whatever. They are busy. This is a busy time. So if you want something, you probably need to go in person. Now, I want to let you know, if you go in person, there is an IC code that will allow you to request a record and get it pretty much on the spot. So because you're allowed to request something and get it within 2 days of them receiving it. Well, everything they've already had long ago. So everything's file stamped and signed. So basically you should be able to walk in and ask for a copy now. So, and they should be able to give that to you now. So just keep that in mind. You will not even believe the latest challenge. When you say the latest challenge, all the challenges should have been done by Friday at noon. So there can't be any new challenges. You mean you guys are just learning of new challenges? Is that what you mean? Because they can't have been challenging anybody past the deadline. If they have, that's a problem.
No, I think it's just one that they've just learned about. And I think she's talking about Higgins over in Madison County running for commissioner.
Higgins? I don't know anybody named Higgins.
Marquest?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I knew that. I knew they were going to challenge Marquest.
Yeah, that one's interesting because Willis is challenging him for not having the primary votes. But last time he ran in 22 and Willis signed off on him.
There's a challenge meeting on Monday. What do you mean by that? A challenge meeting?
Is that the hearing?
Oh, you mean, yeah. What? Can you tell me, can you tell me when that hearing is? I remember that. Russ signed off on him in 23. That was last year for him to run. $1:30, and it is on Monday. Let's see. Thursday's the 22nd. Friday's the 23rd. Saturday's the 24th. Sunday's the 25th. Okay. So on Monday, 02, 26, 24 at okay, now I just need to determine when Randolph County's is and Henry County's is. I don't know anything about those two. So We will be going to as many of these as possible. Obviously, Delaware County's is this coming Thursday. And on this coming Thursday, yours truly will be speaking. Here is that Delaware County Election Board notice. Delaware County Election Board will have a meeting on Thursday, February 22nd, 2024 at 10 a.m. The meeting will be held in the Commissioner's Conference Room, a very small room, mind you, on the second floor of the county building. The purpose of this meeting is to determine the validity of the candidate challenges, agenda, roll call, approval of minutes, challenges filed by David Williams and Kristopher Bilbrey, and adjournment. So there's that, okay? And then we've heard tentatively set Madison County Monday the 26th at 1:30 p.m. And then another big, let's see. Do you have those two notices put in, Kate, that I sent you? Oh, here we go. Thank you, ma'am. And then here we go. Here, this is the Indiana Election Commission. This is the state level public session, state and federal public session notice. The Indiana Election Commission will convene a public meeting at 10 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday, February 27th in the Conference Room B, Indiana Government Center South, 402 West Washington Street, Indianapolis, Indiana. And then the agenda is as follows. There are going to be approval of minutes and some housekeeping issues. They will then get into a commission motion to dismiss. And then they will get into challenge hearings. And you'll notice the first on the list is Kester versus Trump, Whitley versus Biden. And so that's obviously Donald Trump and Joe Biden. That's to kick either one of those candidates off the ballot here in Indiana. Both of those challenges will not be upheld. And then we go on from there to Whitman versus Dixon Tatum, which is the Democrat. Dixon Tatum is the Democrat candidate from Anderson. And then we go on to a couple of others. And then Dixon Tatum challenged McCormick, who's the other Democratic candidate for governor. Apparently they want to knock each other off. And then we have some House and Senate challenges, and it actually takes up 2 pages. Now, I do not know. I can't remember. I think the one from 2022 was 4 pages long, and it was 8 hours. So 2 pages should be about 4 hours. I will be there, and we will be live streaming that event to this channel for all of you. God willing, I'll be there if there's not the other issue. So I'm going to be following all of those and kind of following and seeing what's going on and seeing what's happening, what's going on there. So I'm going to get back here and see what these comments are, if there's anything. Can I hear some people in District 5? Yeah. You do not have to pay to challenge a candidate. Alva's not going, which I can understand that. I think that is not technically accurate. I don't think that you could just go in and write down like Bugs Bunny per se. However, if it is a common name that you go by, I do think that this will be interesting. I can't wait to see. I am so excited to see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens. I even say you don't need to put in legal name. I honestly don't think that you need legal name. I think, for example, I think I could easily move to Madison County or live here in Delaware County or anywhere else. I think that you could put your name on the ballot as Chris Bilbrey, and I would be perfectly legal. But the ballot's not even what's the question. It's just what's at the top of the can too, which here's the problem. It's these things that happen that make it so difficult. And so let me back up. Today, when I was thinking about what tonight's show would be, I was thinking about how we're in that hurry up and wait period again. It's like this point of the election season when you have all of these start, stop, it really gets tiring, and it really bogs people down. Because you're like excited and you're like, what's going on? And I want to know. And then you've got to wait, and it kind of just like the stress gets to you, and then like it burns you out. And then you get there, and then you got to wait, and then this happens, and then you got to wait. So once we start getting through these challenges, I mean, that's what I'm looking to get through. You know, I'm never one to wish time away, but I certainly want to get through these challenge periods so we'll know once and for all who our candidates will be. And so we can start getting down to, to the task at hand, which is campaigning and supporting our candidates and campaigning against the candidates that we don't like. And I started to say this last night, but I didn't think that it fit in with where I was going. So I'm going to say this now. And I want to be very clear on this. People out there in voterland, you should want to hear from a candidate what they will do for you, the public, us, the public at large. We should want to hear the positive aspects, the true, the real, the serious, positive aspects of what a candidate is willing to do and wants to do. Not bullshit campaign promises, not nonsense toxic positivity that's just too far out that it's nonsensical, but real life, like why Stephen Brand is the man for the job. Okay? And if you listen to Stephen Brand, if you spend time getting to know him, if you listen to Troy Ingram, if you spend time getting to know him, you will know why those two gentlemen are the candidates for those races. Period. That being said, I am not stupid enough to believe that some of the negativity is not needed. Everybody hates when campaigns go negative. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you say, oh, what a beautiful day, it's all flowers and sausages, everything's so lovely, nothing could go wrong in the world, you are a fool. You are looking at the toxic positive side of everything. And you're not living in the real world. This is the real world. Things happen. Things go wrong. And you have to be willing to look at those, point those things out, and say, okay, now we need to adjust. And no one, specifically out here in Delaware County land, nobody wants to do that. Jessica Piper wants to look at how great everything is and never focus on the negative and never talk about things that go wrong. That's foolish. That is a child's mind. You have to be willing to be serious. Now, while the candidates need to focus on their true strengths, I will be here to let you know what the issues are. So for everyone that says, oh, Bilbrey, he's negative, he's always focused on the negative, let me tell you, yeah, because I've not seen much from these elected officials that give me any reason to be hooping and hollering. I don't see any reason to be saying, oh, everything's wonderful, everything's great, things are wonderful, and call it constructive criticism. Yeah, constructive criticism can be it until they just refuse to listen to it. If they're refusing to listen to the constructive criticism, then you have to take another route. Constructive criticism is getting up and voicing your opinion on the record and saying, hey, this is an issue and I want you guys to hear this and I want you to do this way. I just got a phone call today from a gentleman from St. Joseph County who said that his commissioners just within the last month have cut the public concerns out of their meetings. He said, hey, I know you've had experience with this. How do you deal with this? How can we deal with this? And I say, well, I'm going to be really honest with you. There's not a whole lot you can do about it unless you're willing to go to bat and unless you're willing to do the hard thing. What's the hard thing? Well, I mean, it could be anywhere from asking them nicely, hey, would you please not do that? We want to be heard. You work for us and we elected you to do what our bidding is if it's beneficial to the county and it makes sense. But if that doesn't work, then you have to push a little bit harder. And it could be anywhere from some civil political theater to civil disobedience. Now, that's hard for some people to do. That's sometimes not easy. It's hard for someone to be able to stand up and say, no, I'm not sitting down. No, I'm not going to move from in front of this tree. No, I'm chaining myself to this deer stand, this deer here, or whatever. you must be willing to do sometimes the hard things. Now, that's not for everybody, and I understand that. I get it. I get that that's not. Is it the disobedient part that's hard or the civil part that's hard? Well, I tell you, I'll be honest. That's a good question, Kate, because it's hard for a lot of people. It's hard for a lot of people to do the disobedient part. But then after you've been done wrong so long and you're doing the civil disobedience, it's kind of hard for a lot of people to remain civil. To remain civil. And that's the thing. That's what's hard. Now, listen, that's the problem that I had with the name that I'll try not to say on this channel. That's the trouble that I had with JK. He wanted to push things to 11 all the time, and you just can't do that. That's not, you know, if you're just so on fire that you burn your own house down, then you maybe need to revamp what you're doing. I can jump out of the car and start yelling and cussing, but that really doesn't leave me any place to go. I would much rather jump out and smile, and that's what I do. Like, for example, when I went to Madison County the other day, I walked in and I said, "Hey, I'm here to pick up some records that you guys haven't been giving me. I haven't heard back from you." And they're like, "Oh, well, we haven't heard from the attorney." And I'm like, "Well, we don't have time to wait on that." And as soon as I said that, the lady, Mary Rutherford, got an attitude with me. And I could tell that there was push and pull and all of that. And I was at that point out of the give and take mood. I was like, "Listen, I've been jacked around by every clerk in every county, and I'm just ready to come in and do the right thing. Do the right thing." And it's so hard for them to do that. They work so hard at doing all this backwards crap. And I'm like, don't do that. I don't swear, cuss. And here's the thing. Yeah, it's best not to. I will tell you, every now and then, it can be effective. It can definitely be effective. Listen, I don't take anything out of my toolbox. That was the problem with JK. He took the toolbox and dumped out all the tools except for the sledgehammer. He took the sledgehammer and bashed everything with it. And I'm like, dude, sometimes you need, the kid gloves. I got kid gloves in my box and I put them on and I don't care to use them. But sometimes, like Stumblefoot said, you have to hurt some feelings. There's no problem. Listen, I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, "Well, they won't like you." And I was like, I don't need to be liked. I don't need to be liked. I'm not. I've got friends. I don't need the Madison County Clerk's office to like me. Um, Doug Neal, what meeting and what meeting? Pause. We just got some serious news. What meeting would you be referring to, Doug Neal? Nobody goes to work to make friends. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what people don't realize. Speaking of John Sproles, I heard the other day he was asking people, how did Bilbrey know I was in sweatpants? How did he know I was in sweatpants at a scene? Dude, because I have eyes everywhere. And if I know what people like Dan Ridenhour are thinking, I can put my ear to the air and hear what Sproles is thinking. I mean, Sproles. Listen, and you want to know about Sproles? Let's talk about Sproles. Sproles is affected. You want me to tell you? I know he is. You want me to tell you how I know? He's not working out anymore. He's not tanning anymore. He's not doing his self-care maintenance stuff anymore. He's doing all the weird things. A couple people said it looks like he's bloated because it's normal protocol for Sproles to wear shorts and sweatpants. That's what I was going to say. It's strange to find Sproles in uniform. I've seen him in a police car on official duty, doing weird things, pulling cars over and acting as the sheriff, wearing church clothing, wearing shorts, wearing sweatpants, wearing a t-shirt, far more than I've actually seen him doing the actual work in uniforms. Sproles needs to take several seats and not disrupt the insurance situation any further. Yeah, Yoko, that's the thing. I don't know where Doug is, and I sure hope Doug comes back because I would be interested to know what meeting he's talking about. Maybe he's referring to maybe he's referring to a commissioner's meeting. Maybe he's maybe he's referring to a sheriff's department meeting. Maybe he's referring to maybe a reserve meeting or a jail meeting. I don't know, because there wasn't a county council or county commissioners meeting. So I guess there was a secret meeting of a few deputies and a few others, is what I was told earlier. Doug Neal. That's probably true, sir, and probably what it was. Now that I got to thinking about it, it's probably Sproles and his plants. I know what you're talking about. It was more than likely, and I'm sure tomorrow I will hear. I will hear about this, because even Sproles' most important confidants, they laugh and smile and tell on him too. It's amazing. If Sproles knew who his who the informants were, who some of the biggest informants were, he would lock himself in his house and he would never come out. So I will tell you what I'm assuming is it is the candidates that is it's going to be the candidates that are on his team, meaning Chad Malacote. It's going to be Palmer. It's going to be Susan Hoon. It's going to be Cantrell. It's going to be the Kuntz guy. It's going to be Jonathan Phillips. And his deputies that he's hired, and he's like, I'm coming after all my haters. I'm coming after all my haters. Come on. Oh, I love it. I love it, Sproles. Listen, Yoko Duo had the best advice for you possible. Take a seat before you do anything dumber. Can we start betting board how long before Sproles resigns or is forced out? To how long with either one will it take? Yeah, that would be good. I need to get one of those things behind me where it's like got the official board and it goes up or down. That's the thing. He'll never resign because he's got too much of an ego. So I can't see him actually resigning because of that. But I mean, I would put it on a board. Maybe it would be how long. I guess it could be, will he be picked up by the feds? Or, man, it looks like my glasses are crooked. I can't stand that. That's why I don't like this not being at the studio. You do need that. The Sproles board. We will work on that. We'll work on maybe some graphics to put up there on the screen for you. That's hilarious. That's right, Julie. He just gets nitpicked to death. He said, all these people got to come in and see me getting nitpicked to death. The county has provided him with plenty of unusually expensive chairs. Sit in one and zip it. Matter of fact, he could pick a new chair every day. You know, you've got $11,000 worth of you've got $11,000, $12,000 worth of clothes, bro, or clothes of probably that too. $12,000 worth of chairs. You could sit in a new chair every day of the week, and that's what you should do. Because I have it on good authority that he does not admin the department. He runs around playing like he's Super Trooper. He runs around playing like he's the coroner, master funeral director. It's like he doesn't know what his role is, and it's so strange. But that's why, folks, this election is so important, because Sproles can't be crazy and do total insanity without some help. Right now, he has people that are putting the brakes on. Okay? He has people that are stopping him, like Steve Dellinger, like Bobby Plummer, and like a council member or two. But he doesn't like that. He's not okay with that. So he needs to add a commissioner to his already one commissioner friend. All right, which is commissioner friend is Joe Wiley. Joe Wiley. And all he needs is to beat Dellinger or beat Plummer. That's why it's important that Henry County, please, for the love of God, I came to you all live right here on YouTube. We were on a different channel then, but I came to you and I said, please do not vote for John Sproles. He will ruin your county. He will affect the law enforcement first. He will affect the elected officials next and the citizens last. And he'll do it in quick succession. Now, honestly, I thought it would take him 2 or 3 years. I didn't think he would do it in the first 7 months. But he's, an overachiever, apparently. He blew my wildest aspirations for him. He managed to mess everything up in really quick time. Boom, bang, pow. He messed up the law enforcement in Henry County. He has got the elected officials in Henry County in a panic. And he is now screwing the citizens. I said,
to be fair, he was screwing citizens before this, but it was just individual citizens. Now it's all of them.
Yeah. Now it's everybody at once. Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true. And I told everybody, don't do it. Don't do it. You had another candidate that you could have chose, but you chose Pretty Boy Sproles. Now, I got to tell you, again, and I love saying this, that idiot likes to say, I've got a mandate. I've got a mandate. Now, I don't know if that means there's a man that he's taking out and he has a mandate. Maybe that's what he means, because he specifically does not have a political mandate. A political mandate would mean a large percentage of the community voted for him, but that is not what happened. 40-some thousand people did not vote for him. 9,000 people voted for him, while 40-some thousand, maybe like 46,000, did not vote for him. That is a mandate. That's a mandate, Sproles. Joe Tompkins, he's not met. Well, I mean, just the county, bro. That's it. Just the county. That's it. Just the county. Each and every day that he wakes up. Look, if he truly loved Henry County. And he was the Christian man that he claims. And listen, I don't talk about people's religion. I'm just going to say this. If he was the Christian man that he claims, and he truly loved the county the way that he says he does, he would sit down, he'd pray, and he would say, please help me make the best decision for these people. And he would say, I am going to resign and let someone fix this mess. If he truly cared, he would do that. But he doesn't, and he won't, and he'll continue screwing Henry County every which way he can. Catherine says, can we please play the reel someone made? How would we know who made it? We would need to know who made it and how to find it to be able to share it. I can't just say specifically because I'm not able to look. So I'd have to be able to tell Kate where to look for it. Maybe it's my bad. I can't access anything that anyone sent me. So you would have to send it to Kate in order. Oh, Kate has it too. On Messenger? Did you send it on Messenger or in a text message? Wait, you're not even running against Rick. Who is your opponent? Rick? No, Rick is running for commissioner. Dude, we've got to start focusing on your opponent. We got to take your opponent out. We need to start looking at Todd Culp, or whatever his real name is. James Todd Culp. Catherine. I can't. Kate would have to play it. I have no way of doing it mobily. Right, but you're running against Todd. It's really Todd who screwed up. Oh yes, this was about the thing. If Kate can find it, I'm down for playing it. If you can find it, Kate, I don't know how to tell you how to find it. She said she's messaged it to you. I guess you would just pull it up in Messenger and hit play. It would pop up in a big screen, and then we could share it if at all possible. I think this is when he yells at Jody. Was it Jody or Bethany? Listen to the way Rick Gardner speaks to the councilwoman.
I understand that. Okay, then. What's your question? I understand that you had to input the information in order to get an ordinance. I understand that. And that information would have been Rob's budget because that was the $43.5 million budget that we were going to be passing. Right. But according to the DLGF, after that adoption hearing, after we adopted a hearing, nothing should have been submitted to the state until those changes were changed in Gateway. That's what we are being told from the DLGF. And that obviously was not done when it was submitted because it wasn't on Gateway that way. And we know from the DLGF that you submitted it the same day as that we passed it at about 1:35 in the afternoon. None of those changes were made. And honestly, I don't think if we hadn't said something on the 31st, I don't know that you guys would have done any changes based upon.
I'm sure that's your
correspondence.
narrative.
That's an assumption.
That's an assumption, and I'm really kind of sick of the assumptions. I sat in your spot for 6 years, and I've been now where I'm at 7 years. We haven't had this problem till you showed up.
You showed up.
Well, you know what? If this
We had
council
a
has worked
7
together
year,
as a
we had a
unit to have
7
a
hour,
meeting.
we had a 7 hour meeting that went into the next.
Folks, just for those of you that might not know, for maybe didn't know what occurred there. Okay. The guy at the podium is currently the auditor, and he's currently running for commissioner. The council put forward a budget, and he, by the fact that he's the auditor, is the secretary to the council and the commissioners. So he works for the council in the role of a secretary, taking down notes. Now, they're not his boss. He's not under them. They're all elected officials. But part of the role of the auditor is to be the secretary for the council and the commissioners. Obviously, part of the role of the council is to put forward a budget. And he then is responsible for putting that into the system and giving that to the DLGF and letting it go in for the DLGF to look at and see if it hits the budget, for the county to then get their money for the next year. Okay. They had made the budget. Well, he had met secretly with a couple council members before this, and they had worked out another budget, and the budget that he put forward, truthfully, that he put forward was not the budget with all of the line items in the right places and all of the cuts and all of the additions the way that the council had put forward. And they found it through a stroke of, just kind of dumb luck of looking and double checking, and really, in my opinion, what they're supposed to be doing. The rest of them didn't give a shit. But there were a couple of them that were looking into it, and thank God they did. And they put that forward. Bree made that. Thank you for that wonderful, wonderful piece, Bree. We probably need to hire you to start making shorts out of our videos here, because you do a wonderful job. I need to get you to make shorts out of our videos, because you do a fantastic job. Anyway, this is basically what goes on there. And so they're calling him out about this. Okay. And he loses his mind. Madison County does something that I've never really witnessed before. You don't have the public and the officials going at it. Bang, 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 bang. You have the officials going at other officials like that. And it is a wild, wild scene. And it's like, man, if they're treating each other like that, think about how they're going to treat the citizens, which is crazy because the citizens are the boss. Oh, he got butt hurt bad. And that happens over there all the time. And the thing is, man, if a Delaware County council member and the Delaware County, now let me tell you, the Delaware County auditor, okay, the Delaware County auditor is scared to death of his own shadow. All right. I've never really heard him say more than a couple words. He would never think to do something like that. Keep in mind that the Delaware County auditor, he hides in his room, in his office, and he has people come in and he does the business of the Republican Party in his Delaware County auditor's office while the day is going, okay, while he should be working and doing you know, that's what's going on. And it's really crazy that he does that. And I'm telling you, to me, that is a State Board of Accounts violation. It is ghost employment. It is a little Hatch Act violation. And I'm telling you, if I can bring Ed Carroll down with this information, oh Lordy, I can tell you, I'm going to do it. Okay, because he's dangerous. What do I mean? He's dangerous. I don't mean like he's not like dangerous like Sproles is dangerous. He's dangerous in the fact that he's stupid and that he doesn't know what he's doing and that he allows all these people to just run over him and all this chaos goes on and he just sits back and he's like, well, it is what it is. Meanwhile, he's doing all of this craziness and he's got a partner. And what would blow a lot of people's minds is his partner that's tied into a lot of his craziness is Chad Malacote, the Madison County councilman, who is a Sproles plant. I mean, you see how it's all interrelated? All right. What's up, Kate?
So I just got an email from someone showing shocking new video that reveals what it might have looked like if Sproles had been a cop involved in the Acorn incident.
Wait a minute. Do we all know what the Acorn incident is? Do you know what it is?
I have no idea.
Okay, pause for a second. So before you play this is good. Can you share another video before you share this?
I suppose, sure.
Can you go to YouTube?
Oh, goody.
And type in Cop Acorn
Cop Acorn
incident.
Okay. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of this. So what one do I need? Just find a really short one?
Can you share it and I'll share me what you got and I'll tell you.
Okay, it's the first one that comes up is this one. Okay. Give me a second. I'm sorry. This
You're
takes
fine.
a minute. I'm glad you all are so patient with me because switching back and forth between 18 screens is this one?
Yeah. All right. Now blow this up big time. This is going to be great.
Okay.
All right. Now we'll play it through. It's 2 minutes. We'll play it. All right. Go ahead and play it through. Stay up here while I play it.
What? Oh, wait, right there?
All right, I don't know. My legs went numb for a second. I heard a pop come from.
Go this way. Can you move?
Yeah.
We hold our officers to a very high standard of service. And this particular time, we let the public down.
Okaloosa County Sheriff Eric Aiden in this video posted to social media speaking on the incident of November 12th, 2023, while on a call with a suspect in the back seat. Then Okaloosa County Deputy Jesse Hernandez reportedly claimed it was this noise that he thought was the detained suspect shooting at him.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
You know.
Hernandez and Okaloosa County Sheriff's Sergeant Beth Roberts, who was on the scene, both shot into the patrol car. The detained person in the back seat was reportedly not physically injured. Officials say he was fully searched before he was put into the patrol car and after the incident, but he was found to be unarmed. The noise was reported to be an acorn. Hernandez resigned just weeks later.
We have an obligation to our staff to try and train them the best we can so that they can go home unharmed to their families. But we have just as equally and just as important of an obligation to our public. Even if they're being investigated for a felony crime, we have that same obligation to protect them.
In a recently released 44-page report of an internal investigation, it states Hernandez used excessive force. But for Roberts,
Jesse, how are you? Okay.
the report stated her response was in an effort to save Hernandez's life and that her response was reasonable. Sheriff Aiden offered his apologies to the man who was in the patrol car.
Now,
We are so grateful and prayful. And
I can
thankful
only
that-
laugh and
that-
smile about
that
this because
he was not
the guy
injured.
was
In Okaloosa
uninjured.
County, Claire Jones, News Channel 7.
You know,
Thanks for watching.
back up real
Stay-
quick and watch the guy roll on the ground like a flippin' idiot.
How far back, Christopher?
Go back to about, take it back to about the 12-minute, to where it says 2:12. Right, keep on running. Keep going. Keep going. Right here. No, keep on going. Keep going. Keep going. Right here. Stop. Watch this guy roll when the acorn pops. I don't know what it is. It falls from the tree and hits the car or something. All right.
With a suspect in the back
Watch
seat,
this.
then Okaloosa County Deputy Jesse Hernandez reportedly claimed it was this noise that he thought was the detained suspect
Roll.
shooting at him.
Roll.
Shots fired!
Roll. Roll.
Shots fired! You know.
Hernandez and Okaloosa County Sheriff's Sergeant Beth Roberts, who was on the scene, both shot into the
So-
patrol car. The detained person in the back.
That's the acorn video. Thank God that this guy in the back of the car was not injured. And keep in mind, they had already patted the suspect down and found that he had no weapons. He was handcuffed behind the back. Now, look, there have been officers that have been killed by being shot. There was a Muncie officer that was killed that way. And people can, shoot while handcuffed behind the back, but they had already patted this guy down and he had no weapons. And then an acorn hits the car and they lost their minds and rolled away shooting. So apparently now that's the acorn video. So now we apparently have some Sproles. Oh no.
It's 41 seconds.
Okay.
Let's see this. Here we go.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! You know.
I'm hit. He said I'm hit.
I'm in the car! I shot through the car! Oh!
So there's the acorn video, which I got it. He did the Sproles roll.
The only
That
thing that would have been
is-
better would have been the woo! I can do this all night.
His arm was numb. He thought he had been hit. So let me tell you, people, there are really, really crazy cops out there. It's scary. Sproles is one of those people. I'm telling you, I'm being serious. Listen, we have watched Sproles with the commissioners several times. I've watched them several times, but sitting in there, actually in the meeting the other day, the tension felt so weird. I didn't feel good. Like, I honestly thought, like, I kind of was like looking for the exit and knowing where the exits were, because I thought like at any minute something seriously crazy could pop off, because Sproles does not seem normal. He seems jacked up when he goes in there. He's purple before he even sits down. He is purple before he even sits down to listen. Then he sits there and he gets more and more mad. He gets mad. He gets mad. He gets mad, mad, and mad, and mad. And then by the time he gets up to speak to the commissioners, he's so mad he's losing his hearing. Sometimes that happens when people they can't hear. They're mad. It's like, can't hear. He has to ask them all the time, hey, what? Excuse me, what? What? What'd you say? Because his functions are shutting down. He's so angry. His blood pressure's so high. Yeah, absolutely, Kate. I'm telling you. And he has an atrophy testicles from the clothes that are 3 sizes too small. Absolutely, Joe. That's exactly. That's absolutely. And I'm going to tell you, I feel that what goes on with him, I've told people, I could absolutely see something scary happening in a commissioner's meeting. And it's not funny, it's scary. That's the sheriff of Henry County. And he's trying to get his buddies in places that can assist him do more craziness. He's probably been binge eating McDonald's to feed his depression. Absolutely. Well, apparently he had a meeting tonight and he's coming after his haters. So that would be interesting. But this episode tonight's been very disjointed. I didn't have much to talk about, but I wanted to talk to you, and I wanted to talk with you about various political issues, because it's important for folks to know, number one, all of this craziness is going on everywhere. It's going on everywhere. It's going on when Madison County's got all of their nonsense happening. Delaware County's got all of our nonsense happening. Henry County has all of our nonsense happening. Randolph County. All of these places have all of these things that are happening night after night, after day, after day, after week, after month, after year. And it's the same thing. And people start to think, man, It is so bad here. And I always tell people, it's bad everywhere. It's bad everywhere. It's absolutely bad everywhere. And in order to stop that, we have to get involved. We have to get educated. We have to get out to the polls. We have to vote. We have to know who we're voting for. We have to back the right people. We have to support people. If that means donating money, if that means walking door to door for people, if that means making phone calls or making Facebook or Twitter posts, if that means emailing people, if that means phone calls, whatever we need to do. Whatever we need to do. I want to end tonight by saying, hold on here. You good? Yeah. I can even lick envelopes. Cindy said, well, I want to end tonight by saying tomorrow is the 20th, and I want you guys to know that there is something really big happening besides the doctor's appointment. Tomorrow, the corrections and criminal law members of the Senate committee, the Corrections and Criminal Law Senate Committee, will meet. And these are the members: Senator Aaron Freeman. No, this is 1338, House Bill 1338. Senator Aaron Freeman, Senator Susan Glick, Senator Mike Bokak, Senator Brown, Senator Caruso, Senator Koch, Senator Young, Senator Pohl, Senator Taylor. Okay, at least 2 or 3 of those names I completely butchered. They will be meeting tomorrow, and the agenda that they have does not contain JD's bill 1338. Now, it should contain it if they want to talk about 1338. And if 1338 is going to go forward, it really needs to be discussed tomorrow, but it's not on the agenda. I'm going to be watching it, and I'm going to let you guys know. And if they sneak it in or do something weird, I will keep you guys posted. We'll be talking about it tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. We've got a lot of other things that we'll be talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow will be more of a structured show, as I'll talk to you about a couple different things along with what happens here. But I truly believe, along with Brandon, if this is not talked about tomorrow, then I think it's dead. 1338 is the bill that would allow the untrained council president and commissioner presidents to set decorum and to say, oh, that guy's a criminal because he's talking. That guy or that girl's a criminal because she's saying something that we don't like. And they would then get to, I guess, have us thrown out of meetings, possibly put in handcuffs, possibly taken to jail because we say things that they don't like or they don't agree with, because we use our First Amendment. So I'm hoping and praying and hoping and praying that it will be absolutely not on the agenda, that it will not be talked about, and that it will be dead. But I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you know if you guys are interested in staying up to date before we go live tomorrow at 9, then you absolutely need to watch my social media On Facebook, it's Kristopher H. Bilbrey, Kristopher H. Bilbrey, Christopher with a K. That is facebook.com/Bilbrey318. Or you can watch it on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter. I will post if they vote or whatever happens. I will let you guys know. Twitter is twitter.com/ or it's just, I don't know how Twitter works. Bilbrey Live, at Bilbrey Live, BILBREY LIVE. So you can find me there, I guess. That's easy. So, yeah, Kate's got it there. The Political Spotlight, Twitter, twitter.com/Bilbrey Live. So that's that. All right, folks, I'm going to keep you guys posted. We will be back here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And we will have the 1338 update, hopefully for the last time this year. And we will go from there. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Tomorrow we should have some Muncie news. We should have some news about Workman's Bar. We should have some more political update news. And we'll be gearing up for Thursday's Delaware County Election Board meeting. That should be very interesting. Until then, you guys take care. God bless. Have a good evening. And we will see you back here then tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Take care. God bless. Good evening. Goodbye. Hey, Kate, leave those other pictures in the duck, FYI. I'll get to them tomorrow.
Well, if you didn't get to them, I wasn't going to take them down.
All right, well, sometimes I do. I just thought I would. And I'll leave that other one up too. I'll leave the corrections and civil law one up too. Criminal law, I guess.
Leave everything. Okay.
That works.
I don't know. I kind of like this hot mic thing at the end of the show.
I know. I like it too. Everyone's like, hey, your hot mic's on. Your mic's on. Your mic's on. And my most favorite one is when we start the show, and right before I do the duck, Audie says, hey, Kate, you hear I'm diabetic now? Audie. Hey, Kate, you hear I'm diabetic now?